So now let's look at the second scenario of a learning activity that integrates the learning environment and the e-portfolio, which is internship journals. So internship journals are something that are very popular, especially in programs where at the end of a course or maybe for a full semester, students will be going in the workforce, testing out their abilities and gaining some experience. So one of the things that happens within that context is that students are encouraged to fill in a weekly journal, and instructors would follow up on those weekly entries with individual students to make sure that everything is going fine on the internship. So the objective of this type of activity is to document the learning journey from the student's perspective, allow tutor-teacher discussions and feedback, and archive the journal after the internship to permit even later reflection. So I could use this journal if it's an internship for a first year student. Well, I can keep it in the portfolio and reflect back on that, or use that as a scaffold for a second internship later in my program. So how does the instructor set up this? So here are the basic steps, and we will go through this in this video. So create a sharing group with a hashtag, build a collection, push that collection to our students, and then subscribe to those collections to see real time when students are actually posting some entries within their internship journals. And from a student's perspective, access the collection and add entries. So what we want to do here first is look at the sharing group. So I've already pre-created a sharing group for our internship. So here's the internship journal. So I gave it a name. It's a reflection once again. We have a tag here that's predefined. It can be anything. A tag is just a string of characters, so it can be anything. Here I gave it a name. And once again, only the instructor can see what's shared. So it's a little bit like the reflective activity, but the workflow is different. So now as an instructor, I'll go to my portfolio and I'll create here in my items, I'll create a reflection. And I'll name it internship journal. And I could give it a course code. Sometimes it could be 3, 4, 5, SOC, for example. So I gave it a course code. And here it's very important that I establish the tag. So this will be the tag applied to this reflection. And I'll save and close it. So this is kind of a template I'm creating in my portfolio that I will use to push to my students so that they have an individual journal for them. So I can push here. And when I push, I can push to sharing group, which is great. So I'll share it. I'll share it to a course. So my optimized learning course, and I'll push that. And this will say to me, you're pushing 6 journals, 6 items, or yeah, 6 reflections to each student. So a total of 6 items. So I'll say yes. And the push is initiated, which means that all students will receive their internship journal. This is just a template. So actually, as an instructor, I could come here and actually delete this template because I won't need it. I just use this template to create the individual journals for each student. So once this is done, if I look at it from a student's perspective, so any student here, I'll go to class list, and let's look at Marcia. So if Marcia goes to ePortfolio, Marcia will see, oh, here's my internship journal. So she could come on the internship journal and actually add a comment and say, looking forward to starting my work with Acme Corp. Add this, and this will be part of Marcia's journal. Each student now has his journal, and the instructor Well, slowly but surely here you see, so the sharing is happening right now. So slowly but surely, each internship journal will be automatically shared with the instructor. This step can take a little bit of time. So what I'll do is just I'll stop here and it will restart with a second clip when all internship journals are shared.